So we discussed the possibility of students non-taking the final exam last time, and looks like all of you here want to take the final, right? And that's very impressive because number of people actually opted out. They decided to use their current course grade instead. But if you want to take the final, I actually just emailed to everyone who did not tell me they wanted to skip the final exam. So I emailed the practice. So you can look at it over the weekend because I just sent it by email right before the class started. And then, just like with a midterm, I'm going to work it out on Tuesday, the next class meeting before the Thanksgiving, for those people that are interested in it. And on Tuesday, right after the Thanksgiving, that'd be 20 something, it's first Tuesday, we'll have a final exam. And just like a midterm, I'm going to grade it the next day and post the grade on the Canvas so you can see what you've got, and then you'll be able to decide if you want to meet with me again on Zoom on Thursday to see if you want to improve it. So that'll be our technically very last class meeting. So since we already finished with the material and I told that you can send me your homework, it's up to section 8.3, right? So we'll be actually working out an exercise from 8.3 today and see what else you have in mind so I can look at problems that whatever you tried to do. So last time we saw, I believe, so-called law of cosines, and that's the one that I will be looking at right now, just to refresh your memories. I think I told you last time that lectures were updated on that YouTube channel. That's where I uploaded, I think, about 20 recordings already. So everything after the midterm, you should look at as your homework. And from each recording, you can do a couple of exercises that be same with what I did, right? So I'm going to discuss this a little bit more at the end of class, what's exactly for homework, what sections, but 8.3 will be the last. So these sections, they deal with solving so-called triangles. And triangle we mark with angles A, B, and C, and these are going to be not right triangles. Then the side A will be the opposite to angle A. Same with side B, opposite to B, and side C is opposite to angle C. And turns out that these three statements are really one single statement. For example, the first piece of it says, in order to find the side C, what you need is to have two other sides and the angle in between. And how to write this down. So I put C squared on one side, and then two other sides will be A and B, so I square them and add, and then subtract 2 times their product and multiplied by cosine of that angle C. And other statements are pretty much the same. So you have the opposite angle to the side, and that opposite side you can find. And technically, it doesn't matter. You call them as A, B, C, or any other letters, still going to be same idea. And I want to illustrate this by taking a problem and doing it for you. So let me try one, and I can try one from this group, let's say exercise number 18. we have two sides, and notice angle in between. So it's really same type of a story, because what they say, we have sides A and side C, so you can say it's A here, which is 2, and C here, which is 1. Right? And there is angle in between of them, which is 10 degrees. And this angle, of course, is called as B, right? So the other sides, such as a side B and two other angles, C across C and the opposite to A will be capital A, is what I need to find. So using analogy with this formula, I can now pull out B squared in such a way that we have the other two sides, such as C and A, added, right? And subtract 2 times their product, C times A, or A times C, and multiply by cosine of that angle C. And this enables me to right away find B when I extract the square root. And now I can plug the numbers in. So instead of C squared, I put 1 squared. So I just plug numbers in a formula, our old favorite procedure, right? And multiply by cosine of that angle. Sorry, it's B. I should be careful. Side B, angle is B. So 10 degrees. Okay, so looks like I just need to get my favorite calculator that I also recommend that you use, because I'm sure you already saw how I used it so many times. So maybe you can actually try to get a side B on your own. So I got 1 squared. I know it's 1, but just to formally make sure that we'll see that it's all entered exactly the same way. So 2 times 1 times 2. And of course, times cosine of this 10 degrees angle. And if you're using some other calculator, make sure that you have the degrees mode on it, not radians, because if I decide to click on radians, notice the answer is 2 something, but the actual answer is 1.0, whatever, 29. So the side B is found. It is 1.0, because when I round it to the nearest, following digit, it'll be 1. We say, oh, Alex, if these are the same, then this has to be another 10 degrees angle because these two sides are the same. Well, they're not really the same. So maybe for this case, I will keep a little bit more of it so we can see that this is not really a 10 degrees angle, because that one is 10 and that should be 10 if sides are identical, right? So maybe I can just keep this like 1, 0, 2, 9, 9, whatever. So anyways, once I found this side, maybe I can try to go for the angle. In fact, I have to go for other angles. And again, I'm going to use analogous formula. Let's say I'll try to pull out from here function cosine. So if I bring it over to the other side and get a cosine of C, then my A squared plus B squared gonna stay where they are. And I'm gonna subtract C squared here. And then divide also by 2AC. Why did I put 2AC? It's 2AB, sorry. See, I copied that formula incorrectly. It's AB, so it has to be A and B. So I wasn't careful. So 2AB. Okay. So let us find the angle C using function arc cosine, right? Arc cosine. So we're going to get the A and B and side C way they are. So I guess I'm gonna use for B this one. So otherwise I'm gonna get angle C, which is 10 degrees, and that's not interesting, right? So let me put this in the fraction. So instead of A, I use 2. squared, right? So I utilize this fraction above and I just plug whatever we have. We have C, we have A, and we have B. So let us put them in. B is 10299. Okay, 1.0299. I decided to put it in such a way so we don't get exact same angle. 2 squared. That's my subtracting C squared. Oh, it's 1 squared. C is 1. Should be careful. And then divide by 2 times A times B. Again, instead of A, I use 2. And instead of B, I use that 1.0299. All right, so let us plug this in the calculator. Make sure that you use parentheses with your numerator. Remember, that way it'll be entered correctly. So I'm going to go for the function arccosine first. I go to the functions and then put arccosine. And now I need to go back to main and start with parentheses, right? So it's 2 squared added with 1.0299 squared. And then subtract 1 squared. Parentheses, and then we divide. So we divide it by 2 times another 2. So whatever the numbers are, you just carefully plug them in and you get the answer. 102, right? 9. Okay. So notice that angle is going to be not 10 degrees, but pretty close to it. So I'm going to say it's about 9.7. Right? 9.7 degrees. So I found another angle. Notice if it was exactly 1, it'd be 10. So it looks like it's in a line with this. And finally, when I already have 2 angles, I have angle 9.7 and the other angle is 10 degrees, then I can find the third angle A by subtracting from 180, remember? Because I don't want to use this law of cosines again, just like I did for the angle C. In fact, you can always check this and the answer has to match, but I think it's shorter, faster, so less chance to make a mistake. And my goal is to make sure you know how not to make mistakes, because these calculations are rather tedious when you deal with a bunch of decimals, so easy to mess up. And there we go. I got an angle 160.3. So we solved that triangle. And actually, on the final exam, I will ask you a very similar exercise. As I said, I just emailed to those people that really want to take the final a practice one. So next time I'm going to work on that practice final. There'll be 2 exercises, just like on the midterm. This is one exercise, and there'll be another one that I will announce on Tuesday. And that'd be, I guess, our plan for the end of semester. So now what's for the homework? It looks like we stop at this section. So let me go to the contents of this nice textbook and see what sections we covered since our midterm. So you turn in homework for midterm. You don't have to obviously turn it in again. If someone forgot, well, you can actually check what I have for you on Canvas, because I put a check mark to those people that turn in their first homework. So if you forgot to turn it in, well, you still have a chance to turn it in. So over Thanksgiving, you can try to catch up with it. But most people did homework, and I was very happy with it. So you got full credit. And since the midterm, we worked on the sections from chapter 7. So for the homework, we have sections from 7.3 to 7.6. We didn't touch last section of the chapter. And now we also looked at the chapter 8, and we did 8.1 through 8.3. So all these sections again appear on that YouTube channel, Worked Out the Exercises, or you can check your student emails, because there we have also the sections that were covered. I also have a feeling that not everybody actually is using Outlook. Let's see, what are you talking about? Well, if you're not sure, it means that you are not using the Outlook. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go AVC ID, so log into our favorite website, then what I need is to get to, wait a second, something is missing. There's like 3 bars. Oh, here it is. Here it is. You go to portal, right? And here are the choices for Canvas. Let me clear this mess. We don't need it anymore. So let me share this again. So usually you go to Gmail, right? And you probably noticed that not many emails are coming to you. In fact, no emails are coming to you because we're no longer using it. I don't know what it's doing here, but what we're using now as a college is Outlook. I'm sending using the Gmail, so I technically can send using Gmail, but I'm not sure if you're receiving it from Gmail. I hope yes, but it also goes to the Outlook. So that's what you need to click in order to get to your new college email. So for some reason they changed it, and that's why probably some students don't get my emails and actually no emails at all. So now I started to use Gmail again just for those students that forgot or never knew that they had to change their email. So if you click on the Outlook, it's going to look totally different. That's the thing. See, the Outlook, it's Microsoft Outlook. I want to show my emails, but thing is that it's different. So that's what one should use from now and on. And if you did not, well, I just shown you how to do this. It is very important because you might have tons of emails from college, other classes that you missed. So check them out over weekend. So that's, I guess, announcement that I wanted to make. And other than that, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss today. So just to make sure that you know how the final is going to look again, only for those people that want to take it. Why would you want to take it? Well, if you don't like your grade, which is on Canvas. So here is also Canvas. So you can click on the Canvas and you can see what grade you have. It's called course grade. I know Canvas likes to add some other stuff. Don't pay attention to it. Course grade. Just see what you have on this class so far. So let's say you got a B and you want to get an A. Well, then take the final and you should improve your grade if you do better, right? And if you like the grade you have, the course grade right now, then you don't have to take the final. So let me know that, so I don't email you the final, because I know I sent final by email and some people don't want to take it, already fine with their grade, start to freak out because I send them final. So don't panic, just tell me that you are fine with your grade, and that's how I'm gonna exclude you from the list of people that I will email fine. Because I just emailed practice final exam only to those students that didn't opt out from the final. So who knows, maybe you want to take it. So that's why I send it. So you can check your email And the problem in it, again, is pretty much the same that I just worked out today. And if you logged in a little later, then, well, I'm recording it. I will email you recording. So check your email again after the class is over. So I will be emailing it to you. Now, another thing, the students told me that there'd be a Thanksgiving weekend and everything that they need to prepare to it right now. That's why I decided not to go with any quizzes because we're done with material. So I just let you go and think about preparing for final. And of course, put your homework together and email it to me anytime because you know what sections are for homework, right? I just listed them. So you can send me whatever you have from those sections, okay? So I'll be waiting for your email. And again, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna end this for today in the spirit of coming holidays. They say that we need to go shopping. There are big lines. Somebody told me there's big lines, plus there's big shopping time, Black Friday. So I should not stay in between of students and shopping with my trigonometry stuff. Okay, no problem. I can let you do that. So use the chance. And I guess if you don't have any other questions, I'm gonna stop recording. And if someone wants to discuss their grade with me or find out what's on the Canvas, let me know. I'm here to